What is up, guys? Cole Modell here from Hilltop Spikes. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, we're going to learn how to do the Fwango Serve. Let's get it. So first off, what is a Fwango Serve? If you haven't heard of a Fwango Serve, it's when someone serves the ball with their dominant hand to get it to the receiver's lefty. So it's basically a substitute for a non-dominant serve, but something that you can get more power on because you still use your strong arm. A Fwango is used mostly as a secondary serve, because when you have that first strong dominant serve, you can always go to the Fwango to catch the receiver off guard in the other direction. Short disclaimer here before we dive into it. My Fwango is a little bit different than most people's. My Fwango does not involve as wide of a step, and it's much quicker to get to. But if you can get it down, I think it's really something dominant to have in your arsenal. So now we're going to go into the footwork of a Fwango. I'm going to start my Fwango in the same exact position as I do my righty cut. My left foot forward, right foot back. I'm a righty, so whatever I say for the next minute or two, you're going to reverse that if you're a lefty. I always tell people to give themselves some breathing room in between their front and back feet, because this makes it easier to make a legal toss once you step out, actually. So once you have your stance, you're going to have your front foot, toe pointed to the right, back foot is going to be horizontal like this, and your first move to hit a Fwango is going to be to rotate that back foot counterclockwise. This is going to bring your back knee into your right knee, into your front knee. Once you have that, you're going to step out with your front leg and point that toe to the left. With your back leg still rotated and that knee still pointing towards that front knee. So what that looks like together, rotate, step. You're here. I'm a little bit closer than that, but assuming there's a 6 foot serving line here, you're going to step behind that serving line, and this foot is going to be somewhere around 7 feet, and that's okay. What that brings me to next is my hip, my weight, and my back. So when I make that movement, rotate, step out, my weight is now transferred onto my left leg. This is also going to be arching your back, and that's how you're going to create the angle with the Fwango. You can't hit a Fwango standing up straight. It's going to look something like that. It's going to look a little bit more awkward. And people do complain about back pain with Fwango, and that's something that you're just going to have to get used to if you want to really master the serve. So again, rotate. My weight's over here. My hips are now turning out a little bit, but not too much. You're not over-rotating your hips. I see people over-rotate their hips, and that causes them to toss the ball too far back and almost lose sight of the net. You want to just rotate your hips enough, back is angled, and that brings us to where we want to toss it. With your swing with the Fwango, you can actually compare it to hitting a regular backhand in roundnet. See what I did there? I'm using the whip and my arm and my elbow up high to generate that power. And that's basically what you're doing on a Fwango toss. Once that elbow is up high, you're almost acting as if you're hitting a backhand. I always tell people what they can do to practice this, even though it's not technically legal with serving, is just by doing something like that and getting the motion down of swinging across your body. This brings up also when you toss, you're going to want to finish down. You're going to pull that elbow from high to low and swing and finish through the ball. That's going to generate that power, that cut, and the angle. With actually contacting the ball and putting a little bit of spin to make a cut on it, I actually find it's easier to teach beginners how to do a Fwango serve than even a regular cut serve and get that motion down. With a cut serve, you're focusing on curling your fingers and coming over it. With a Fwango serve, you're doing something a little bit more natural. That's just curling your fingers and allowing them to just slip off the ball like that. Once you curl there, it's going to generate that spin going forward and allow the ball to cut off the net. And my contact point, I'm going to contact it around here on my fingers. And I'm going to use mostly these 3 fingers, but also you really could sometimes get a little bit of pinky or thumb in it too. It just depends on where exactly you're hitting it that turn. You're going to make sure to curl those fingers and really try to create that spin on the ball as you hit it. So once you have all the points and technique down of how to hit a Fwango, we're going to focus on when to hit it. So usually, I'm right here with a cut serve. My receiver is going to be cheating, so just side on me when I hit that serve. There you go. He's there to receive that. Now, if I want to throw that surprise attack in, the Fwango, and I can get there quick enough, out of reach for him. And that's the purpose of hitting one. Again, this is Cole Modell from Hilltop Spikes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today to our video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing to our channel. Also, most of our content is on our Instagram page, so check that out, at Hilltop Spikes. And get practicing on that Fwango.